Carol here, and welcome to my craft room. I've taken a little piece of ribbon here for my clean and simple card and some heart bling, two embossing folders, one with dots that are separated and one that are close together, and this vintage Christmas My Mind's Eye paper. And when you're making a clean and simple card, don't have anything looking at you that says vintage. And here's my Casual Friday stamps that my friend Janet gave me as a gift, and my Avery L tag dies that are stitched. So now I'm going to take my 4 1/4 by 11 and score it at 5 1/2. So it makes an A2 size card at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and it's 140 pound cardstock. I got my Teflon bone folder and I scored it really well. Now on to my card. The thing about clean and simple cards for me is keeping them simple and keeping them clean. So you'll see that later in the video. So here I'm trying to decide on what paper to use to match that gingham ribbon and those polka dot little blings there. The heart is what I was going to use. So then I decided to take this paper, but it had little holly there that was kind of a purple, and I didn't want to go with that. I wanted to go with that red. So back to the paper pack, and I chose the zigzag green because it had a little bit of gold, a little bit of green, and a little bit of red in there. And I thought it would look nice going opposite the pattern on the tag dies. One is for the sentiment and one is just to hang off the card. So we'll see how this goes. And everybody left me comments that my other card was nothing but wasn't as clean and simple as they thought. But for one that does layers and layers and tons of vintage shabby chic cards, this is as clean as I'm ever going to get and simple. So I took my blessing stamp out of the acorn set and I used Versamark and put it on my tag. Now I'm going to spill my embossing powder, yes, and then put it back and then clean up. But the funny thing was, when I was cleaning off this mat, this new mat that I have, now I'm going to take my coffee filter and I'm going to put my ultra fine detailed gold embossing powder on here. Just had a few flakes I have to get rid of, and we're going to heat set that after I funnel it back. And it's such a pretty detailed gold on this. It's not a bright gold. It's called a mirror gold that I showed you right there. And now we're going to go on to the stamping. Now I stamped out with my Encore Gold some of these acorns, but it's a 2-die cutting system here, the top of the acorn and the bottom. So I made a template right there, and I'm going to show you something that you can do with vellum, not on this, but if you want to get a perfect image on a page, say you had to put something on a page, cut out your die and then place your image exactly in the die, and when you take it away, you're going to have that image exactly where you want it, and on vellum you're going to be able to see through, so it'll be exactly where you want it every time. That works really well with rubber stamps that you can't see through. Just a little tidbit there. And now I'm going to cut around my acorn. It doesn't matter about the top because I'm going to put another piece over top so that it has some dimension. So I'm taking my scissors and making sure it's all even, going around and cleaning up. And here is where I found, let me see, I think this is the part where I started cleaning up, and with my, here I go. I decided to take it and just wipe it down. There was a little bit of something there, and look at, I was doing a project 2 days ago and I thought this mat was really clean, and look at that distress ink. The Ken Oliver mat, you cannot tell. This is the project I was doing with my brush show. I'm not going to show that card yet because I'm trying to figure out a different interaction card for it. It's taking me some time. So here I am going to emboss. I'm taking my 2 embossing folders, one of these dots that are scattered I want on one portion of the card. So I run that through my vagabond. Doesn't that look nice? Really nice indent too. Then I decide I want to score 4 lines into it. So I start right there and then realize, oh no, wrong way. So I want the bump to be on the right side of the card, right? And there's my 4 lines, and they're 1/4 of an inch apart. Doesn't that look sweet? I just wanted to separate the dots. And now I'm putting the small dots on the bottom. And I'm going to be really happy with the front of this clean and simple card. Right here, I am just going to score it so it's just a little deeper and you get those nice vivid lines across the upper third of the card. So here we are with my acorn, and I am going to decide, and I left this in the video for you because this is my dilemma with clean and simple cards. I just want to keep adding things. I don't know what it is with me, but I thought I'm going to try and keep this as clean and as simple as I can, as I possibly can as a vintage card maker. So here I take off a little bit more of my tag, my banner, and I'm thinking, okay, I wanted to run down like this, but as I got the ribbon across there, yowzers, I did not like that. That's yikes and yowzers put together. I was trying to say yowzers. So I got out my Stampin' Up! Inks, my Old Olive, and my Always Artichoke, I think it's called. Yes, because I'm going to stamp leaves, so I want to have 2 different, a light and a dark, because it's a 2-stage stamp. So here I am taking the Always Artichoke. I'm making a couple of them there, and I'm taking the outside now in the Old Olive, and I'm trying to get that matched up. That one was pretty good, but look at this one. Yikes. Yeah, I was really off here. So I just grabbed them again, and I'm going to stamp another one. Yeah, because I have to have 2 leaves. With the acorn, that makes 3. So I put it on there, and I noticed that there's just a couple little pieces of the white showing. So I grabbed my Stampin' Up! Blender pen, grabbed some of the ink and filled it in. And I wouldn't do this if it was a vintage card, because it wouldn't matter. Maybe that's why I like doing them. I think clean and simple cards are more precise because your eye is drawn to the elements. Maybe that's it. I don't know. So now I want to get a perfect stamp. So I grabbed my piece of paper, I die cut that leaf, and now I'm going to clip this die in there so that I know it's going to come out with a perfect white line around it. And I love doing that. Yes. Then you never have to, that's my medical tape. You never have to worry about getting your lines all wobbly like that one stamped image there. Yeah, so I put that aside, grabbed my die that I made, my template. I put it over this leaf, and I snuggled in the die in the hole there, put some medical tape on, and ran it on the top because it's kind of right on the corner so it wouldn't move. And now I'm going to put these inside my package, so I always have those die cuts to either stamp over top or die cut. And then look at, you get just, it really works well. So I took my let me see, that's my blender pen, and I'm grabbing some of my brown ink, Stampin' Up! Inks. I can't remember the colors off my head, but it started to peel right here because I'm not using watercolor paper, and the wetness from the pen, and this is where my vintage cards come into play, because all you have to do, especially if you're doing a wood type image like an acorn, you don't have to worry about your coloring being perfect and right on, because it needs to look just dimensional. So if you put about 6 layers of embossing powder on there, it's going to look like a real acorn. And there's no way I could have kept going with the marker because of my paper wanting to peel. Even though it's 140-pound cardstock, it does not take well to the wetness of the blender pen. So if I was just doing it with that color, it would have been fine. Now here's my alcohol wipes. It takes off all of that emboss that gets stuck on there. So I'm going to throw that in as well. Okay, so I'm taking the edges off of my card just so I have I can, when I raise it up, it just has a little bit of an edge to it, and I'm trying to figure out again, as you can see I turned it around. I'm trying to figure out, okay, where is this crazy flag going to go in my ribbon? I mean, that's my dilemma. Look at this. So I thought, okay, I'll put my tape on the back because I wanted to see the bumps that stick up through the ribbon, because the ribbon is really smooth, and I knew if I put it down on these dots, I would see the dots when I pressed it in. So I'm going, I just didn't like that look with it hanging underneath. See the dots, how you can watch when I turn it around, you can see those dots coming through. I like that look. So my dilemma is this flag tag and my other flag blessing tag. Look at that. I couldn't settle on that. It just one flag going one way, one flag going the other. No, and I'm not even going to tell you how long I played around with this, because good thing I have editing. Yes, so here I am. All right, let me grab some of this filigree stuff I had left over from another card that was just in a little bucket. And I'll see if it looks better like this, and put my acorns over top to draw your eye away from the flag. And I thought, no, Carol, you're not supposed to draw your eye away from that flag. You made the flag so that it blended in with your three elements there. So I decide, yeah, here's the yowzer. Don't like that either. So I think, all right, let's put this heart down. It's polka dot heart. I had to cut a bit of the plastic underneath it off, and I just let it sit there for a minute. I grabbed my acorn, I put a hole in the top. See how I'm going to raise it up on the acorn. Sorry, it's a little blurry there, but see how nice that acorn looks with the 6 layers of embossing powder. It looks like a real acorn because it's not perfected in the drawing. I love it. So now that I have my double-sided tape roll of tape there to raise it up, my dimensional tape, I put it on my acorn, and I grab some of this beautiful thread. It's gold thread that I have, and it shines, but yet it's not thick, and it doesn't take away from the card, because I'm trying to make it clean and simple here. And it just is like a gold strand, or should I say a strand of gold. See how it's so extra fine. It's really pretty. So I make it into 4 layers, and I grab my floss threader, and I put it through the floss threader like that. Then I sew it right into, I'm just taking out my floss threader there. I sew it into the hole in the acorn, and I try to tie a knot, and I'm telling you that thread is so crazy fine. So I did what we always used to do with our kids when they were young. You spit on your hand and wipe their face. Well, I just licked my fingers and grabbed the twine and tied it in a knot and called it a day. There you go. Yes, wasn't going to play around with that because I was worried about this. Look at there. Oh, I got excited. Look at, oh, yay. I think I'm clapping my hands there. I did it. That's exactly. It had to point towards that heart that I don't like right there. I don't like that. But I'll show you what I do later on. That was driving me crazy as well. And I'm just taking you. This is real, folks. This is my thinking process on my clean and simple card. So I put that there, and it's glued down, that heart, like it has a little piece of sticky on the back. And I threw those other things off, grabbed my anti-static bag, and I thought, okay, it has 3 different sized dots. So on this dot emboss, I am going to put gold in 3 different sizes because it has 3 different sized dots on there. So I took my teensy weensy, my tiny, and my small dot from the set and went over top. I'm taking my coffee filter, my detailed gold again, and see how you don't get, I didn't even have to use the paintbrush because I used my anti-static bag that sits right there. I always forget to use it, but I knew if those dots got stuck around those embossed circles, I would be in trouble, so I did use it. Now, I couldn't stop myself here. I could not stop myself. I grabbed my scissors and I distressed the edges of the tag just a little bit, and then I grabbed one of my distress inks, I'm not sure what color that is, but it's a nice deep green. And I put it around the edges, and I took my blush brush and wiping away the anti-static powder, and look at that. Oh, I'm getting so happy. I grabbed my roll of dimensional tape here, and I am going to put it all over the back because I don't want my cards to fall apart in the process of getting from A to B. So now I take this off, and whoa, look at, I'm just thrilled. Yeah, I licked my fingers and grabbed the little pieces, parts, and put them in the garbage. And look at that. Yes, I'm happy. I'm happy right there. So then I put my little acorn down with some dimensional tape, and I thought, no, get it off there. You have to put your leaves on, Carol. So I took some glue dots to stabilize them there, that one on top of the other. Yes. I'm starting to feel good about this clean and simple card. Put a few on the back here because I didn't want it to move. And yes, look at, they're going to face the same way, yet it's going to have a little bit of contrast. I like it. I like it a lot. Yes. I put my glue dots on the back of vellum. I try to go on the letters, and I stretch my glue dot out like a noodle, and I put it exactly on the actual letter on the back of it. Okay, let's see now. Hearts. Oh yeah, I took that red heart off. I just didn't like, it wasn't the exact red. And I thought, gold. Yes, we're going with gold. And I need to go in threes because my acorn and my two leaves are 3, and now my hearts. So let's have a dilemma. Where should these hearts go? Yeah, see? I kind of like that in a way, but it was pushing everything to the center, and I wanted to just make it go out. Look at that. I couldn't get rid of that red heart. But and it doesn't look that bad when I look at it now, but it really isn't what I wanted. So I took it off, threw it in the pile, and we'll start again. I put it up there on the acorn, and I thought, Debbie's bows. I'm going to grab Debbie's bows. Tried a white one. Nope. Tried a green one. Nope. Tried a green one up there behind the acorn. Definitely not. But look at, I liked the red because it's Stampin' Up! Ribbon, and it matches the Stampin' Up! Ribbon going across. The bow is Stampin' Up! Ribbon. And yes, really happy. So let's get these hearts all put away. I'll just put them up there. Kept falling out. Oh yeah. Just keep going. It's looking pretty clean and simple to me, right? Yes. So let's grab another glue dot and put it on this heart right there facing the left. Put the biggest dot on the ribbon facing the right, and then face the left with the small one. And looky, looky. Yes. It brings your eye to those lines that I put across there. Oh yeah, I'm just showing you now. And oh yeah, I didn't like the bow there. So I'm going to put it up and down facing there so it looks like it's with the ribbon. Yes. Oh yeah, look at that. Whew, I'm happy. And my squirrel likes my clean and simple acorn card too. So now I'm going to take a ton of the roll of dimensional tape here and put it on the back, and put another piece up there because I couldn't get that center one off. And now I wasn't satisfied again. I had to put some sparkle on there, but I just wanted a tiny bit of gold, and I grabbed my Stampin' Up! Gold, which is very coarse, and it wasn't taking to my multimedia glue. I tried it again. I put more glue on, and it would not stay. So I took an inch, a whole inch of the glitter, and I decided to stick it on the back of the roll of tape because I knew it would stick to that. And I added some double-sided tape to that roll, and we are in. Look at, now I lay it out. I cut a little piece that needed to be cut on the bottom, and I am so happy with this clean and simple card. So I took my Color Box Gold ink and my acorn stamp, and I put it right down in the corner there, and it looked so pretty. It's just a little bit different color of gold, but I liked it. Took my Detail Fine ink, and I'm putting to you inside the acorn. So on the outside it says blessings to you. And there we go. And then I take my, take it just to show you. There, isn't that pretty? So then I wanted to show you the gold strip. It just made it for me. Everything about it, I was so pleased with this card that I grabbed my envelope. Now I'm putting an acorn down there again, and I'm going to put to you just inside the acorn, and I'm going to emboss it with clear embossing powder because it's going through the mail, right? But look at that little dot. It must have came off on my block when I was putting the stamp on there, and I can't have it. This is not clean and simple. It's simple, but it's not clean. I have a dot. So I grabbed my blessing stamp and I put it over top to hide that one little dot. I can't have that. Not at all. No. It has to be clean and simple. There, I'm rocking it, and up on the left, look at there's more ink. But I was okay with it because my stamp goes there. Whew. Yes. Let's move on here, and I'm just going to show you my, right there, there's my clean and simple card. I liked the way I was happy with it. I liked my envelope, and we are all set. I think sometimes with clean and simple, you, especially for me, you just have to stop layering. Maybe that's it. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I think this looks clean and simple to me. It doesn't have a lot of elements, and I was so happy to share it with you today. Have yourself a blessed week, and I am going to leave you with some pictures that I took of the card. And thank you once again. Thank you for subscribing, and just thank you for making my day. Take care, everybody.